I'm going to walk you through how to make a Flodesk form. I've already got it mostly made, and then we're going to embed it into a Squarespace blog post. Let's go. Okay, so I'm here in Flodesk and I've actually done an inline form. And so this is for a client. I'm going to put this on her blog. We have been able to edit this. So you can just literally type straight in here. I have gone ahead and changed some of these colors around to her specific brand colors. And of course, you can change the style of all of these, which is super nice if you want to change what is in the form. You can like select how wide it is, how big it goes, whatever. Um, One of the other things that I really appreciate about it is that you can change the font. So that's really nice. And then on the subscribe button itself, again, you can change the font. You can change anything about the background of it, anything like that. So I've got this all updated, really pretty simple, just enough within, clicking around it. The fields, you could like add the last name if you wanted to, but it comes pre-programmed with first name, last name, email. So I just turn off the last name. And then message, we chose this casual one. Thanks for subscribing to the newsletter, because that's what this actually is. She doesn't have a lead magnet for it yet. So we're going to select next. I do not want this to notify her every time she has somebody sign up. So I'm going to say continue. I want to display the success message. We're not designing a specific page on her URL. I actually have other pages on my sites that do that, but we're just keeping this really simple today to try to get it into her blog. So when you are done designing your form, this will come up in two ways. If this is the first time you're doing this into your Squarespace site, you can come here, and actually I haven't tested this on WordPress yet. I use WordPress for my website and a lot of client websites, but I also still do a lot of work in Squarespace. So I'm going to show you in Squarespace, but I wouldn't doubt that since this needs to be put in the head tag, that this might be the way to do it in WordPress until they come up with some kind of integration. So we're going to copy this code, and back on her website, we are going to come back to your main menu here, come over here to settings, go down to advanced, and find your code injection. You are just going to want to give a couple spaces here from anything that was already in the header. So if you already had like Facebook pixels or anything like that, and you just want to paste in that code and hit save. And now we're going to come back to Flodesk, and this is the code for that specific form. So I want to copy that form. If you double click there, it takes you all the way back here. So we are going to go to her blog specifically. I'm just going to add this into one post, but you'll get the idea. So at the end of each of her posts, we are doing this newsletter post. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually replace this as the one that came standard in Squarespace. And she had hooked up to MailChimp, and we decided to move her over to Flodesk. So you're going to want to find a code block. There's a few different ways to use code on Squarespace, but for this particular instance, we want to use a code block. And we're going to paste in that code. And I'm actually going to take out the other newsletter one. It's kind of satisfying. And say save. Now this won't show up automatically. Scripts a lot of times, oh, it did actually for Flodesk, I'm surprised. A lot of times I will pull up an incognito window and go to the post and view it that way. Sometimes it won't do it. So there's another win for Flodesk. Is that the one I put it on? There we go. Cool. So that's all it should need. I'll test this a little bit more on the back end, but that looks really clean and really nice. I know that if you went in back to the customizer, you could of course change, like if this had a banner across the bottom or a whole box around it, but she has a pretty clean website, and so we're going to keep that just neat and clean there at the bottom, and kept all her brand colors the same. Hope this is helpful.